Sit with the spine into alignment. Making any adjustments to your posture. Feel that you're rooting down through the sit bones equally and feeling a sense of lengthening up through the spine. Feel the rib cage floating above the hips. And so when we think of the rib cage floating, we want to focus on the front, back and side ribs floating up, not just the front ribs. Is the shoulders released down? The face is soft. Gentle smile to the face. And focusing on the gentle in and exhalation. Let's inhale the three arms. Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya, Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara, 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 Hara Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara, 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 Hara Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara, 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 Hara Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara, 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 Hara Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara, 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 Hara Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Shivaya Namah, Om Hara, 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 Hara Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Take a slow inhalation. Exhale with control. Feel the face softening, shoulders softening. Again, slow inhalation. Exhaling with control. Another inhalation. At the top of the inhalation, hold the breath for as long as comfortable. And then when you need to, exhaling with control. Relaxing the breath. And next we'll do some eye practices. So we're going to bring our right hand out in front of it, thumbs up, good. Shoulder height, so your shoulders released. And focusing on your thumbnail. Let the gaze be onto the thumb. And then we're going to focus on the furthest point in front of us. Keep the breath relaxed. Back to the thumb. Far point. Thumb. Far point. Thumb. Far point. Thumb. And then very slowly start to bend the elbow, keep the thumb in line with the eyes, and gently start to bring the thumb towards the nose, keeping the focus on the thumbnail, seeing if you can bring your knuckle of the thumb all the way towards the bridge of the nose, continually focusing on the thumb, and gently close the eyes. Release the hand and take a few slow deep breaths in and out, allowing the eyes to soften and relax. With the eyes closed now, let's roll the eyes up to the top of the vision and making clockwise movements around to the right. Keeping the face soft, rolling the eyes smoothly, linking the breath however's comfortable for you. Next time the eyes reach 12, change direction. Keep the breath relaxed, face relaxed. Next time the eyes reach 12, center, relax the eyes. And take a few slow, deep breaths in, feeling as you exhale that the eyes soften. And gently open the eyes, stretch out the legs, removing any socks. Move the legs however you wish to loosen up the legs. And then when you're ready, let's come onto all fours. and start doing some cat-cow stretches. Hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Rounding the back like a cat, chin towards chest, tailbone under, and moving in the opposite direction, lifting the sit bones, head, neck and chest. Start to link your breath, so as you exhale, press through the hands and round. And as you inhale, tilting the pelvis, lifting head, neck, chest. Make sure that you don't lock the elbows, so you can create a little micro bend. Continue moving with your breath. Good. Coming to a neutral position, let's make a circular movement with the hips. You can see if you want to make the circle smooth, or circular and large, or if you want to make figure of 8 movements. See what your body feels like doing this morning. Make sure you go in both directions. And come back to neutral. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, draw the hips up and back. Then walking the feet forwards towards the hands, knees soft, relax the hands and the head down. Keep a little micro bend in the knees. The head relaxed, the arms relaxed, the hands relaxed. The weight equally distributed through the feet. And then very slowly, let's roll up. Draw the belly button in towards the spine, knees soft, rolling up, vertebra by vertebra. And roll the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Good. Separate the feet to about shoulder width apart. And we're going to be inhaling, floating up the heels and the arms to shoulder height, exhaling, lowering down. And then inhaling, squatting back, arms as close to alongside the ears as you can, exhaling, straightening up the legs. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, squat back. Exhale, straighten the arms and the legs. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, squat back. Exhale, straighten. Legs firm. Inhale, float up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, squat back. Exhale, push through the feet, straighten up. Engage the buttocks as you straighten. Inhale, float. Exhale, lower. Inhale, squat back. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, squat. Exhale, straighten and relax. Good. Now we're going to raise the arms up alongside the ears. And we can interlock the fingers like this, however feels comfortable really. This is something that Swami Divyananda likes to do. It's called polishing your halo. Okay, so have your feet a comfortable distance apart, and then literally just imagine that you're circling and cleaning your angel halo above your head. Work with your breath, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. I'm quite jealous of Michelle's background and the size of her halo. Okay, change direction. Go on. Make it nice and shiny. Come on. Have a smile, because it's getting shinier and shinier. Okay, and back to center. Release the arms down. Good. Roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times. Good. Now we're going to work with tapping the thymus gland and making an R sound. Okay, so the thymus gland is good for stimulating. When we stimulate this area, it helps to boost the immune system. So we're going to tap like Tarzan. You can either have fists or tapping with the fingers, but you can apply a good pressure. Let's inhale. With a smile. Inhale. And relax. Deep breath in and out. Close the eyes for a moment and observe the energy in the thymus gland area, in the chest area. Good. And then let's do some sun salutations. Coming to the front edge of your mat if you're not already there, grounding down through the feet. Let's take a moment in Tadasana. Feel the legs firming up, but not stiff. We want to feel the muscles in the legs gently hugging into the bones. Spaciousness between the hips and the ribs. Let's reach the arms forwards and up. Keep the shoulder blades down, the back and front ribs lifting equally. Shoulder blades sliding down the back. And from here, focus on a point in front of you and start to lift the heels. Soften the jaw, soften the shoulders. Gently lower the heels down to the floor. We're going to bring the arms out to the side like a plane. We're going to bend the knees slightly and we're going to swan dive forwards, coming forwards with a flat back. And hold here for a few breaths, broadening the back, broadening the chest, lengthening through the crown of the head and trying to lift the sitting bones. And then from here, slowly relax the hands and the head down towards the floor. Place the hands on the floor, either side of the feet, left leg far back, left knee to the floor, lengthen through the spine. Placing the hands onto the front knee, shoulders in line with the hips. Find your balance. Allow the hips to release down and forwards. Keeping this length to the spine, see if you can place the fingertips down onto the floor, keeping length, looking forwards. Pressing the palms into the floor, downward facing dog, lift the hips high, looking down towards the feet. And here, if you wish to, we can pedal out, drawing one heel towards the floor as we bend the other knee. Good, you all look great. Remember, if anything's too much, rest at any point. Come back to neutral. Shift forwards into plank pose, bring the body into a straight line, hug the thighs into the bones. And knees to the floor, chest and chin to the floor. Scoot the pelvis forwards, raise up the head, neck, chest. Expand the chest, breathe and smile. Make sure there's no pressure on the hands. Curl the toes back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Legs are active. Left foot comes forwards, back knee to the floor. Release the toes on the back foot. Find your balance, hands onto the front knee. Allow the hips to release down and forwards, shoulders in line, creating length through the spine. Continuously being aware of the breath. Keeping the length to the spine, place the fingertips down on the floor. So we don't want to round the back as we bring the fingers down. So keep length looking forwards. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Relax the head down. If you need to, soften the knees and feel that you're lifting from the sit bones up as the crown of the head releases down. Bending the knees slightly, lengthening through the trunk. Bring the arms alongside the ears and coming up from hips with the knees bent. Once you're upright, straighten the legs, gentle back bend. Stand straight, palms together. Relaxing the hands, relaxing the breath. Bringing the palms together in front of the chest. Reaching the arms forwards and up, gentle back bend. Keep the ears and arms into alignment. Stretching up. Let's swan dive out to the side again. So arms out to the side, hinging forward. If you need to bend the knees slightly, bend the knees. And then relax the head, hands down. Let's straighten the legs as much as comfortable for you. Close the eyes if comfortable and take hold of the elbows. Allow the neck to relax down. The top of the head releasing down. And notice if your hips are rocking back slightly. See if you can shift the weight forwards without the toes gripping. Change the interlock in the elbows. Be aware of where you're feeling the stretch. Bending the knees, placing the fingers or palms to the floor, whatever's comfortable. Right leg far back. Right knee to the floor. Release the toes on the back foot. We're going to place the hands onto the front knee. Shoulders back. Make sure your front knee's at a right angle with the ankle. the left hand is just going to come, the back of the hand is going to come to the inside of the knee, and the right arm is going to come out in front of you, the shoulder height. Your eyes and your head are going to follow your hand. Okay, so slowly, keeping the left hand pushing to the knee so the knee doesn't move in, we're going to open up over to the right. Okay? And we're going to continue twisting from the navel all the way around and seeing how far you can bring the hand all the way behind you, as much as is comfortable for you. Shoulder blades down. And slowly, with control, bringing the arm back in a straight line, heads following. Bring the hands back down to the floor, palms to the floor. Curl the toes under, lift the back knee, high lunge. Then you can come up onto the fingertips, lengthen through the trunk more. From here, use your fingers if you can, but if that's not comfortable, use the palm. We're going to raise the left arm up. Open the chest, lengthen through the spine. And slowly lowering back down to the floor, palms to the floor, left foot back, downward dog. Find that tilt to the pelvis, extension through the spine. We'll do a Kasha Bhujangasana, so let's squat back, knees hover off the floor, bottom towards the heels, and then thrust forwards into plank pose. Let's do that action a few times. So we lift the hips up, squat back, thrust forwards, legs strong. One more time. Squat back, knees can come to the floor if they need to, and thrust forwards. Good. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Baby cobra. Lengthen through the spine. Bring the hands behind the back, interlock the fingers, looking forwards. Be aware of your breath. Feel the chest open. Feel a softening in the jaw. Hands back under the shoulders, back into downward dog. Feel energy through the hips, drawing the hips up and back. Find that tilt to the pelvis so you get a stretch to the belly of the hamstring. Bring the right foot forwards. Release the toes on the back foot. Hands onto the front knee. Shoulders in line with the hips as much as you can. So the right hand comes to the back of the hand to the inside of the knee. Left arm out in front. Your head is going to follow your hand as you rotate around to the left. Keep your shoulders down. Going as far as is comfortable for you. Keep your right knee in line with the ankle. And slowly coming back to center. Release the hands back to the floor. You can use your fingertips or palms, curl the toes, lift the back knee, high lunge. Remember to respect and listen to the body. We're going to raise the right arm up now, open up the chest, lengthen through the spine. Keep that back knee lifted if you can. If it's too much, lower the knee. Slowly releasing, lowering back down. Bring the left foot to meet the right foot. Relax the head. Interlocking the fingers behind the back now. straightening the arms, only doing what's comfortable for your body. Knees can either be slightly bent or straight, and drawing the hands up towards the ceiling or possibly overhead, trying to draw the forehead closer towards the shins without force or strain. And slowly release the hands. Lower them back to the floor. Bend the knees. Bring the abdomen onto the thighs. Extend through the trunk. Bring the arms forwards alongside the ears. Good. So you feel you're working your quads. Slowly push up halfway. Holding, engaging the legs, softening the jaw, and pushing all the way up. Feel the legs active as you push up. Gentle back bend. Stand straight, palms together in front of the chest. And relax. Good. Take a breath in and out. Move the body however it feels. So if you need to step out the feet, just have a little bit of a wiggle. Do whatever feels good. Roll the shoulders. Ah, there's some boogieing going on in the background there. Very good. So we're going to stand sideways now on your mat. Let's take the feet to a wide angle. Outer edge of the feet parallel. Hands onto the hips. And first of all, we're going to come to a right angle. Okay, so inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forwards from the hips, lengthening through the crown of the head. Be aware of the distribution through the feet. Feel the sitting bones lifting and the quads pulling up. So as you ground down through the feet, there's an upward energy that comes up through the legs into the hips. From here, see if you can place the hands onto the floor in front of you, keeping the spine long. So feel that you can walk your hands forwards, keeping the weight equal through the feet. Good. The ears are in between the arms. Get extension through the spine. Beautiful. And slowly you can walk the hands in between the legs now, if that's an option. You can take hold of the ankles. You can release the head, top of the head down towards the floor, keeping the hinge from the hips, not overstretching the spine. So find that tilt to the pelvis. Length to the spine. And slowly release the hands, place the hands back onto the hips, lengthen through the spine. Make sure your hips don't go too far back, keep the weight equal through the feet and coming up from hips. Good. Relax the hands, bring the legs together. Good. Okay, you might not like me after this one, so you can just turn off the video. Take the feet wide. Okay, so maybe a little bit wider than they were before. We're going to turn your right foot out to the side. So often when we're in the room together, I mirror you, but you're going to have to listen to my instructions this time. Hopefully I get them right. Left heel out slightly. Hands onto the hips. Let's start to bend the front knee, so the right knee. Keep the hips open. Shoulders in line with the hips. Feel the hips opening. Each time you bend the knee, go a little bit deeper until your knee is in line with the ankle. If your knee's going over the ankle, your legs aren't wide enough. Next time the knee comes forwards, hold, and make sure your trunk's not leaning over. Try and get the top of the head in line with the base of the spine. So don't be like this, be like this. Arms out to the side, shoulder blades drawing down, turn the head looking over the right hand. Shoulders down, right knee open, back leg active. Warrior two. It's a strengthening pose for the body. And slowly straighten the leg for a moment. Relax the hands down. You can place the hands back onto the hips. Bend the knee again. Then we're going to bring the right forearm down. Make sure this doesn't happen, the shoulder towards the ear. So shoulder down, trunk long, arm alongside the ear. Notice how much you're pressing into your right forearm. Notice how much your knee is bent, so you don't want your leg like this, you want it bent. And then from here, take the forearm off for a moment, stretching the arm in front. Notice how much you straighten your leg to make it easier. Okay, bend the elbow, bring it back. Good. Hold, smile, and one more time. Stretch it out, oh, and back. Okay, release the left arm, straighten the right leg, oh, and change. So let's bring the legs back together. You might feel a little bit of a warmth in your right hip. That's good. I might be feeling it more than you today because Daisy did an online Zoom fitness class, which we were trying out, which is great fun. I'll let you all know about it. Half an hour sessions. So, feeling my legs a bit today. So step out again to a wide angle. She's great fun. She's got more humour than me. I'm the sensible one in the family. So let's turn the left foot out to the side. Right heel out slightly. Make sure your legs are wide enough apart. Hands onto the hips and let's slowly start. Always be aware of your breath. Aware of the difference between one side and the other. Feel that each time you bend the knee, you go a little bit further, a little bit deeper. And you don't let the right inner thigh sag as the knee bends. Guys are all doing great. You might get Savasana after this, let's see. Okay, next time the knee comes forward, hold. Keep the hips splaying. The good news is because you're watching this online, so arms out to shoulder height, turn the head to the left, shoulders down. You can lie down whenever you want because you're doing it online, so if you disappear for a moment, I won't know. Keep your crown of your head in line with the base of the spine. So don't let yourself lean over to the left, draw yourself back. And imagine someone's drawing the right arm back behind you. Keep as the front knee continues to move forward. So it shouldn't just be a stretching pose, there should be an element of strength. And straighten the leg, lower the arms. Hands onto the hips. Let's bend the knee again. outer edge of the right foot is active, so don't let it collapse. You want to feel that someone's sort of got a strap around it and pulling it away so it stays active. Forearm down onto the thigh, shoulder away from the ear. Right hips opening, arm alongside the ear. Activate through your right foot. Now it's temporary, so you can have a smile. Left arm in front, straighten it, take it off the thigh. Feel a little bit of a burn. Ooh, shake, shake, shake. Bend the elbow back. Rest here. Make sure you're still deepening. And then one more time. Stretch it out. Hold. Smile. And bend back. Lower the right arm. Straighten the left leg. And feet back. Whew. Bring the legs back together. Good. Well done. You guys are doing fantastically. So we store a lot of tightness and tension in our hips. So whether we're up and active all day or whether we're sitting, it's really good to sort of get this area working. Okay? Okay, Savasana. So take a moment to lie down on your back. You might want to bend your knees in towards your chest. See if that's an option for you this morning. So if you lie down in Savasana and you feel a little bit of discomfort in the back, then you want to bend the knees. The arms are out to the side. The shoulder blades are drawing down the back. And observing how the circulation is moving through the body. And from here, let's slowly roll over into Ardhasana. You can bend the knees, do that if you like, so you're rolling over, lying on the abdomen. You can make a pillow with your hands, or you can have the arms alongside the body. You can have the cheek to one side or forehead to the floor, see what's comfortable for you. Taking a few breaths here, breathing in and out, expanding the abdomen. Feeling as you inhale, the abdomen comes into pressing into the floor. As you exhale, feel the abdomen softening and relaxing. Next, we're going to bend the knees, bring the heels towards the bottom. Place the forehead on the floor now and reach the hands back, taking hold of the feet. Try and have the big toes towards each other or touching. And you can either stay here or you can press the feet away from the hands, lifting the thighs off the floor a little bit, lifting the head, neck and chest. Draw the shoulders back, the chest open. Keep drawing the feet away from the hands to deepen the back bend. The hands keep lifting the legs up higher Whenever you need to release, release. And slowly, keeping hold of the feet or the ankles, relax down for a moment, take a few breaths. And slowly, when you're ready, coming up again. Come up as far as is comfortable for you. Keep lifting the legs, drawing the feet back. And slowly lowering down. Rest your head to one side, or you can make a pillow. Do whatever's comfortable. And observe the stimulation to the abdominal area by pressing it into the ground. If your cheeks turn to one side, turn it to the other now. So we stretch out both sides of the neck. And forehead to the floor, hands underneath the shoulders. Slowly drawing up, and we'll do a few cat-cow, so coming onto the hands and the knees. Exhaling, rounding the back like a cat. Inhaling, drawing the belly down, lift the sit bones, lifting the head, neck and chest. Do that a few times. And come to a neutral position. You can have the big toes touching one another. The knees can either be together or slightly apart. Drawing the hips back, bottom back towards the heels. Reach the arms forwards. You can keep the head off the floor if you like and work like a downward dog, pressing the hands gently forwards to draw the hips back. So we get more length to the trunk. Elbows are lifted. And then once you've got that full extension to the spine, then you can rest the forehead to the floor, or you can make fists and rest the forehead onto the fists. Feel the entire spine softening and relaxing. The breath softening and relaxing. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come up to a seated position. If it's not comfortable to sit on the heels, don't do that. You can stretch the legs out in front of you. If anyone's got a sock, a jumper, or maybe a strap, doesn't really matter which of those. We're going to be doing a Gomukhasana pose where we hold on behind to something. So it doesn't matter whether it's a jumper, anything. Okay. So first of all, make sure you've got your something. And then we want to be sitting with the legs extended in front of you. Few people have gone off to get something, so while we're waiting for them, we can start to draw the flesh back on the buttocks. And we're going to bend the left knee. We're going to see what it feels like to cross the left foot over the right. That should feel fine for everyone, yes? Then we're going to see if it's an option to wrap the left foot around so the right heel comes towards the left heel comes towards the right buttock. How is that for everyone? Was it uncomfortable? So the left knee is on top of the right knee now, and the left heel's by the right buttock. Okay? So look at me if you're not sure. Okay. If that's not an option for you, you can place the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh, just out to the side, like in normal Janu Sirsasana. If not, around like this. Okay? We're going to take hold of the strap with the right hand. Arm up in the air. Bend the elbow. Left arm reaches back behind you. Okay, taking hold of the strap. Good. Don't force or strain. So if this doesn't feel comfortable, adapt the pose however feels comfortable for you. So the right elbow is up as much as you can. Good. Lengthening through the spine, and we're slowly going to come forwards a little bit. So we should feel a nice stretch into the glute. Breathing deeply. Lengthening through the spine. So we're not trying to round the back, we're working on extension. Extend through the right heel. So wherever is comfortable for you, it might be hinging forward a millimetre, holding the pose. It might be lying the abdomen onto the thigh. Work with your breath. And then very slowly, sitting back, releasing the arms, releasing the leg. Okay? Roll the legs. And then we'll do the other side. So you've got the option, if that wasn't comfortable, to place the sole of the foot into the inside of the thigh, or cross the foot over and wrap the right heel around by the left buttock. So the knees are on top of each other. Okay? Extend through the left heel. Strap into the left arm, reach it up. Bend the elbow. Reaching round with the right hand. Taking hold of wherever's comfortable for you. Take your time. One side might be very different to the other, so respecting, honouring that. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forwards from the hips. Coming as far as is comfortable for your body. Use the breath. Try and lengthen the front ribs instead of rounding the back. Extend through the left heel. Work with your breath. Soften any tightness in the body. And gently releasing the arms, releasing the legs. Roll the legs. Then bringing the legs together, and make sure you're sitting on your sit bones, legs extended. If you need to create a little bit of traction through the heels, so you've got a little bit of a tunnel here to help you sit upright. We don't want to be sort of sitting like this, and I'm exaggerating a bit. What we're going to do next is take hold of the elbows behind the back, if you can. If not, forearms is fine. And legs with a little micro bend if you like, or they can be straight. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forwards from the hips. So what we don't want to happen is for this to happen. The front corner of the shoulders to move forwards and is to round. So we want to keep the front corner of the shoulders back, lengthening through the spine, extending through the heels. So we feel that we've got extension through the spine instead of rounding. Work with the breath. We're going to slowly inhale, come up, change the interlock in the elbows, and do the same thing again. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Again, we're not going to be able to go as far as we normally do into a Paschimottanasana, because we're hinging from the hips and trying to keep the front of the body open. Work with lengthening from the base of the spine up, creating space between hips and ribs. And slowly releasing, coming back. Release the arms. And we're going to slowly walk the hands forwards in front of you. Lengthen through the spine. So see if we can do that sort of same action with the hands in front. And instead of trying to round, let's work on trying to move the sit bones back and the belly forwards a little bit, so we tilt the pelvis. Get as much extension as you can. You can either use your fingers or your palms to create a little bit of traction to get more of a hinge from the hips. So see how much, if your knees need to be bent, bend your knees. Get that movement from the hips. Maintaining this space, let's slowly start to relax forwards, taking hold of wherever's comfortable, allowing the back to take its natural curves. So we're not forcing the rounding, we're allowing it to naturally round without losing extension. So using the breath to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, relaxing the head. Find a place of stillness for a few breaths where you can quieten. We shouldn't feel in any asana there's rigidity or anxiety in a pose. We want to find a place where we're working, but not beyond our edge. And finding that balance between the two. Have some alignment through the feet. Feel that you're drawing the sit bones behind you. And gently to come out of the pose, you can have the hands either side of the legs, walking back or coming up in any other way that your body feels like. Good. Let's place the fingertips next to your hips. We're going to bend the knees, lengthen through the spine. And we're going to lean back slightly, but without this happening, okay? So you can have the hands further back if you like. They're just for balance, to keep the chest open. And we're going to see what it feels like to lift the heels off the floor. So hip flexors are working, abdominal muscles are working. Don't fall back. Use your fingers, ground down through the sit bones, lengthen up through the spine. Good, and hold there. And breathe. Soften the jaw. And gently lower the heels down. Let's embrace the front of the legs, relaxing the head. Allow the back to round a little bit. Resting the head. You can walk the feet forwards if you want to rest your head onto your knees. Shoulders relaxed. Spine relaxed. And gently sitting up again. We'll do that again. Hands either next to or slightly behind. Bring the heels in towards you so we have the abdomen quite close to the thighs. But do what's comfortable for you. If further away is comfortable, do that. We just don't want the lower back to round. Use the fingers. Lift the heels. Find that effort. See if we can lift the feet a little bit higher without rounding the back. Arms out to the side now, so now we're not depending on our hands. Work with your breath, relax your jaw. Good job, guys. Or girls, I should say. And slowly lower down. You can allow the back to round, relax the head. Relax the shoulders. And slowly sitting up. Make sure you've got enough space behind you on your mat to lie down. We're going to do that one more time. We're not lying down yet. Don't get too comfortable. Okay, lengthen through the spine. Hands either side of your hips or behind. Lift the heels up. Lift the feet a little bit higher. Palms together in front of the chest. And then slowly we're going to allow the lower back to round with control. Try to roll down vertebra by vertebra as your legs extend. You roll down nice and slowly. With control, feel those tummy muscles working. Oh. And then before you get to the floor, hold. Legs are up a few inches, head and shoulders are off the floor a few inches. And relax. And Savasana. Allow the breath to relax. Then let's bend the knees. Hands underneath the knees. So you've got two options, hands under the knees, or you could cross your ankles and you could take hold of your big toe. So you don't cross the wrists, just the feet, and you can rock backwards and forwards, massaging the spine. Woohoo! Only doing what feels good. Good job, guys. Good. And then slowly coming up to sit. Next we're going to be doing an inversion. So if you've got a pillow or a block or anything handy, you could use that. So we can either do a gentle inversion where we place a cushion underneath the hips like this, so the knees are bent. We place a cushion or something underneath our sacrum. The shoulders are tucked under, and we lift the legs up, okay? If at any point anything's not comfortable, remember you don't have to do it. For those of you that want to do shoulder stand, if you need a blanket, pop your blanket underneath your shoulders, making sure the neck's free. And then we'll arms alongside the body, lifting the legs up and overhead. You can also put your legs up against the wall if you prefer. So while the legs are overhead, let's bring the hands up to the back. We can try to walk the elbows in a little bit. And then slowly start to lift the legs just halfway up towards the ceiling. So this is the instructions if you're in shoulder stand. And then from here we want to gradually feel that we're lifting the bottom and the legs up towards the ceiling, so we're not compressing the spine. Seeing if you can get that upward energy to the legs. Seeing if you want to walk your hands up a little bit further. Your bottom's moving forwards. The legs are dynamically lifting up to create space between the hips and the ribs. You can cross one foot over the other to push up through one foot to create more length to the spine. You can see here if you can straighten up a bit more. And then you can change the cross. Those of you on a cushion, just keeping the legs elevated. Whenever it's too much, just bend the knees and release and come down. Releasing the cross in the feet, keep lifting up through both legs. Breath soft. Pressing down through the shoulders, through the elbows to keep that lift. The chest moving forwards, the bottom moving forwards. To come out of the pose, bring the legs back down until parallel to the floor. Hands back down to the floor with control. Use your arms as brake pads to slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra. If you're on a blanket, your head might need to lift as you lower down. Coming down with control, and we'll move straight into Matsyasana. So if you've got a cushion underneath your hips, move the cushion. Lower the legs down with control. Take hold of the sides of the thighs, or you could sit onto the hands if that's more comfortable. And then sitting up halfway, looking down towards the feet, tilting the pelvis, arching the back, placing the top of the head on the floor. See where you want to have your arms. See if you need the elbows in place to give you support. If you don't need your arms and you're comfortable in this position with your sitting bones and head, you can bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra, palms together in front of the chest. Keep that tilt to the pelvis. Openness to the chest. Remember to come out whenever you need to. Taking hold of the sides of the thighs again. Lifting the head, lengthening the back of the neck and rolling back down to the floor. Let's bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the floor. And the arms can come out to shoulder height. Lengthen through the spine. Cross the right leg over the left leg. And slowly drawing the knees over to the left. Keep the right shoulder down on the floor, turning the head to the right. Be aware of the breath, allow the knees to release down. Breath soft and relaxed. Gently come back to center with the head. Knees back to center and cross the leg. Left leg over right. Slowly draw the knees over to the left. The head's turning over to the, knees to the right. Head to the left. Left shoulder blade stays on the floor. Breath soft. Very slowly bringing the head back to center, knees back to center. Uncross the left leg. Draw the knees in towards you now, but keep the arms on the floor. So arms stay on the floor, arms are shoulder height, knees are up. From here we're going to very slowly draw the knees over to the left side, keeping the feet off the floor. And slowly twisting over, keep the right shoulder blade on the floor. And then you can lower the left foot to the floor if you need to, but we want to keep the knees in line with the hip as much as possible. You might need to tuck your right shoulder blade under and down. The head's turned to the right. Breath soft. From here, if you would like to, you can extend your right leg towards your left hand. Straightening the right leg. Feel with each exhalation a sense of softening. And gently bend the right leg back, knees are together, We're going to lift the knees and the feet off the floor. So we're using the tummy muscles to come back up with control. Check your shoulders, accommodate your spine, and we'll do the same to the other side. So feet are off the floor, knees are towards the chest. We rotate the knees over to the right, keeping the left shoulder down. Once you've come as far as you can rest the right side of the foot down to the floor, keeping the knees as high up as you can. Head turned to the left. Breath slow and deep. Then let's extend. It's an option. You can even stay where you are, or you can extend the top leg, the left leg towards the right hand. Right hand. Straighten the leg as much as you can. Breath soft. Gently bend the top leg. Knees and the feet both lift off the floor together. Use the abdominal muscles to bring you back up. Let's come into happy baby pose. Lifting the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Take hold of the outsides of the feet if that's an option for you. So feet are apart. Knees are coming down either side of the ribs. We're trying to release the sacrum down to the floor. The back of the neck's long, shoulders are down. And if you want to, you can gently rock from side to side without losing control. And come back to neutral. Deepen the stretch a little bit by gently drawing the feet towards you more, drawing the knees down more, sacrum releasing down more. And then slowly releasing the legs. Stretching the legs, rolling the legs. And we'll bend the knees and rock up to a seated position for Yoga Mudra. And taking hold of one wrist behind the back. The eyes are closed. Take a moment to center. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forwards from the hips. Allow the back to round and the head to release down to wherever's comfortable. Draw the awareness within, feeling this element of softening, a quietening happening. can use the breath to lift you up, taking as many inhalations as you need. Allow the hands to return to the knees or lap. Observing any subtle changes in the body. And then very, very slowly you can lie down on your back into Savasana, ready for relaxation. Popping any cushions, blanket underneath you. Making any adjustments that you need to the body. And we'll do Sigra Savasana, which is the quick tensing, tightening of the body. So when you're ready, let's spread the toes, spread the fingers, lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, open the mouth, raise the eyebrows, stretch out the tongue, and relax. And now we're going to inhale and squeeze and tighten every part of the body and lift the legs, the arms, the head a few inches off the floor and squeeze tight, 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 and relax. Rolling the legs, the arms, the head. And allowing the body to soften and relax. Mentally, let's go through the body, softening each part of the body part by part. Relaxing the feet, relaxing the ankles, the lower legs, the knees, the upper legs, the hips and the bottom. The sacrum area relaxed. Relaxing the abdomen, abdominal organs, rib cage, heart and lungs relaxed. The lower back, middle back and upper back relaxed. The hands and the arms relaxed. The shoulders relaxed. The neck relaxed. jaw, cheeks and lips relax. The eyes, the eyelids and temples relaxed. And the forehead, sides of the head, back of the head, and the top of the head relaxed. Feel this element of softness to the entire body. And becoming the observer of any subtle changes throughout the body and the mind as you lie here in Yoga Nidra. This conscious sleep where we're allowing the body, the mind, the breath to soften, but we're not sleeping. Feeling with each natural exhalation that you relax and soften a little bit more. Feeling the back of the body completely supported by the ground. Finding this place of stillness. Where we allow the body to assimilate all the benefits. Gently bringing the awareness back to the body. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Give the body a nice stretch. And roll over onto one side. Taking a moment on your side. And then slowly coming up to a seated position, taking a cushion to sit on. Gently have the eyes closed. Find the alignment through the spine. So this idea of alignment, think of it as space in the body, where there's a sense of spaciousness through the spine, not compression, a lightness to the body. And through that lightness, a natural alignment comes. So we're coming into the natural curves of the spine. Gradually begin to deepen the breath and start to count in the length of your inhalation mentally. And try to get the exhalation to be longer than the inhalation. So if it can be double, you can work on double. Might be shorter or longer than double, that's okay. See what you can comfortably exhale to. And keep the mind focused on counting in and out. You can repeat on 1, on 2, on 3. After your next exhalation, relaxing the breath. And next we'll be doing box or square breathing. I think we did it last week or the week before. Whatever you could comfortably count into, that probably is a comfortable count for you. So we inhale, for example, to the count of 4. We hold for the count of 4. We exhale to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. If you had a longer inhalation, then you do all of them for that amount of time without force or strain. So if any of these holds feel uncomfortable, reduce the whole sequence to a few seconds less. So when you're ready, exhale fully and begin your practice. This is a really good way to strengthen the lung capacity, but we don't want to be forcing or straining in any way. So if any lightheadedness or dizziness comes, bring the breath back to normal and know that your count is probably a bit too long for you. After your next full round, relax the breath. And we'll do the Mahamrityunjaya mantra leading into a few moments of silent meditation. If this mantra is new to you, you can listen to the mantra. The intention of the mantra is for peace, harmony, for freeing anyone that's suffering right now. And the intention of sending healing, love and light out to the whole creation. If you need to stretch out your legs or change the cross in your legs, feel free to do so now. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam uvarukamiva bandhanam mrityo mokshya mamritat. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam uvarukamiva bandhanam mrityo mokshya mamritat. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam uvarukamiva bandhanam mrityo mokshya mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire creation be filled with peace and joy, love, light, harmony, balance and good health. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.